Now let's talk about Drake, OVO, and the circus they've got going on. Because honestly, this crew has never looked messier. While Kendrick Lamar's grand national tour is lighting up city after city, their little games to drag him down are falling apart in real time. They've been out here posting pictures of opening acts and empty seats before fans even walk inside the stadium, trying to sell some fake story. But the truth? Kendrick is selling out shows everywhere, even in the same spots Drake used to brag were his territory. That's brutal. And here's the sting. Kendrick isn't just filling arenas, he's smashing records Drake never touched in those exact cities. This isn't just success. This is domination. And it's showing everyone exactly where the culture stands right now. Drake and his camp can't hide from reality anymore. The people have chosen, and they're rocking with Kendrick louder than ever. And the silence? Oh, Drake's quiet right now, and it speaks louder than words. He knows he's getting washed, which is why he's ducking the smoke. Be honest, when has Drake ever been this quiet? Exactly. It's because Kendrick's wave is unstoppable and Drake's empire is crumbling in plain sight. So go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe because we're just getting started. Kendrick is stacking legendary moments while Drake and his crew are stacking embarrassing LS. This isn't just a shift in hip-hop. This is a takeover, and the losing side can't run anymore. And with that, let's get into how crazy this has really gotten. Kendrick Lamar only needed 2 shows. Yes, just 2 from his grand national tour to completely shatter every tired narrative Drake and his team have been holding on to. In 2 nights, Kendrick tore down years of shady attempts to discredit him, proving his greatness in front of packed stadiums. That's real power. Meanwhile, Drake's crew looks desperate out here. So desperate they're clowning themselves online. They actually tried to post clips of Mustard, the opener, calling it a flop and saying nobody showed up. That's embarrassing. Anybody who's been to a concert knows the opener is when fans are still grabbing food, buying merch, or finding their seats. But instead of being real, they'd rather push a fake flop story. And it doesn't stop there. The funniest part? They tried to say Kendrick's crowd was just a couple of people holding up phone lights while the rest of the arena was empty. Come on. One different camera angle shows the entire place packed and screaming. Not everyone turns their flashlight on at the same time. That's common sense. But they twisted it into some fake downfall moment. At this point, Drake and the yes men around him are spiraling so hard they're pushing narratives so fake they read like fanfiction. This isn't damage control anymore. This is desperation in the flesh. Meanwhile, Kendrick stands tall while they trip over themselves spinning lies nobody's buying. And the wildest part? Outside of Drake's bubble, nobody is buying any of it. To everyone else, this tour feels less like a concert run and more like an NBA or NFL season. Fans are watching it like a championship, keeping score of every win and loss. And no matter how you spin it, Kendrick Lamar is the clear MVP of this entire league. Kendrick is pushing hip-hop into places people only dreamed about before. And now, it's happening live, in real time. Let's talk numbers because this is where things get insane. On night 1, Kendrick and CSA didn't just sell every ticket. They pulled off the highest-grossing single show of their entire careers. And considering their past tours, that alone is wild. But here's the twist. It wasn't just their personal best. That night officially became the most successful rap show ever, bigger than anything anyone has done before. And it didn't even happen in some marquee city like New York or LA. That's unheard of. And when you realize Kendrick shattered a record once held by legends like Eminem, Jay-Z, and even Beyoncé, it feels like hip-hop history flipped overnight. This isn't just impressive. It's game-breaking. For Kendrick to pull this off purely through rap at the highest level? That's a straight-up challenge to the entire industry. Step it up or get left behind. Now here's where it gets crazier. While most artists would peak with a record-breaking opener, Kendrick somehow went even higher on night 2. Houston was supposed to be the weakest stop of the tour, the city where ticket sales were expected to dip a little. Instead, he sold out every seat again, and the crowd was even louder than night 1. That's not luck. That's pure dominance. And let's not forget what city we're talking about. Houston. Drake's so-called backyard. The place he's always claimed as home. The city he thought would ride for him no matter what. But Kendrick stepped right into that turf, flipped it, and called it his own. He didn't just perform. He shook the city to its core and even declared Houston his house. That's a troll straight at Drake. And the fact that the crowd went wild for it, that's salt in the wound. At this point, Kendrick is leaving stadium after stadium in ruins while making history and smashing records. And for Drake, OVO, and any fans still in denial, this is the cold truth. The Kendrick is overhyped narrative? Dead. The idea that his support isn't real? Crushed. These shows prove Kendrick isn't just hype. He's the top rapper alive right now. And with this tour just kicking off, it's a long road ahead, and Kendrick isn't slowing down. Here's the bigger picture. While most rappers treat music like a side hustle, Kendrick is standing tall against that wave. He's pulling massive crowds because his music actually matters, and because his shows aren't just concerts. They're cultural moments people refuse to miss. Put it in perspective. This record-breaking tour isn't just a win for Kendrick. It's the ultimate victory lap in his beef with Drake. It's Kendrick connecting directly with the people and proving what audiences truly value: authenticity, energy, and greatness on stage. In a time where so many artists barely care anymore, Kendrick just proved what happens when you give it everything you've got. The ceiling shoots higher than ever. And when you stack all this next to Drake, the downfall couldn't be clearer. Drake knows it's over. Because when you line up Kendrick's grand national tour against Drake's Anita Max Win tour, the difference is brutal. Kendrick is rewriting history. Drake's tour flopped so hard he had to cancel multiple shows and slip away quietly. And let's be real. He didn't even try to reschedule. He buried those shows like they never existed, never spoke on them again, and prayed fans would forget. But when you compare that shameful retreat to Kendrick's selling out stadiums and smashing records once owned by Eminem and Jay-Z, the truth is too loud to ignore. Kendrick is taking rap to heights no one thought possible. Meanwhile, Drake can't even hold down an arena anymore. That's not just a loss. That's humiliation. What makes this even crazier is that numbers don't lie when it comes to live shows. You can't fake ticket sales. You can't fake a packed-out stadium screaming every word in unison. And right now, Kendrick is filling spaces that only two of the greatest legends in hip-hop ever managed to reach, except he's doing it on his own terms. Meanwhile, Drake can't even walk into an arena without worrying about empty seats staring back at him. And no matter how hard his fans try to scrub that failure from his resume, the receipts are out there forever. People need to sit with this moment. Drake ducked the pressure. Kendrick embraced it. And the results could not be more obvious. Right now, it has never been clearer. Kendrick Lamar isn't just the biggest rapper. He's the biggest figure in music, period. The crown isn't up for debate anymore. It's Kendrick's, and everybody knows it. At this point, with how massive this tour and his music success have been, Kendrick is sitting at the very top tier of superstardom. It's basically him and Taylor Swift in their own lane, dominating the global music world at the highest level possible. And here's what makes it even more insane. Kendrick did it all while keeping his artistry pure and his integrity untouched. That's something almost no rapper, and honestly, almost no artist, ever manages to pull off. Now, Kendrick Lamar is in a rare league of his own, building not just the biggest rap tour in history, but one of the most important tours of this entire generation. And with SZA riding alongside him, she's breaking barriers too. She's pushing beyond what an artist can be, while still setting R&B on fire like never before. Even her moves outside the stage are shaking up the industry and inspiring artists to think bigger. The truth is undeniable. Right now, Kendrick and SZA are the two most powerful forces in music, raising the ceiling for both hip-hop and R&B. They're rewriting the rules while everyone else struggles to keep up, and the world is finally catching on. Meanwhile, Drake and his camp are stuck on the sidelines, scrambling to spin weak narratives to downplay all this history-making success. Even academics is pushing the flop angle, but the receipts tell a different story. And every time they try to discredit it, Kendrick and SZA level up again, making them look even smaller in the process. Now that Drake's side can't use ticket sales as ammo anymore, they're reaching for anything. The latest desperate claim? That Kendrick's live shows are boring, and fans only show up for SZA. Please. Look at the facts. The whole energy around this tour makes it crystal clear. Kendrick is the headliner, the main event, the one driving this entire wave. Any suggestion otherwise is just a sad attempt to rewrite reality. And here's the truth. No matter what lies or spin the losing team tries to push, it's over. Kendrick is running the biggest hip-hop tour of all time, while Drake had to cancel his and disappear in silence. One is making history. The other is hiding from it. That's the contrast, and it could not be more brutal. Drake's silence is actually the loudest thing about him right now. It screams defeat. If he truly believed he was still number one, if he thought he could compete with Kendrick, he'd be booking his own stadium tour right this second. But he won't. He didn't during Views. He didn't during Scorpion. And he hasn't at any point in his so-called prime. That tells you everything you need to know. Drake never could, and never will, command a stadium run like this. And what's even wilder, this isn't even Kendrick's peak. He's just stepping into this new era. And already, he's smashing records rappers have been chasing for decades. Nobody knows how far Kendrick can take this, but one thing's clear, the ceiling hasn't even been touched yet. So let me know what you think. Kendrick is out here breaking records back-to-back while Drake keeps sinking lower and lower. Do you see Kendrick as the undisputed number one now? And how does it feel watching Drake slide into the role of the biggest loser hip-hop has ever seen in real time? I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this wild moment in the culture. And if you made it all the way here, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video. It helps me more than you know. Because right now, this is a massive turning point for hip-hop, and with Kendrick's tour still rolling, the energy is only getting bigger. And here's the craziest part, it's not even over. Word is Kendrick might be dropping new music soon. And if that happens, it'll take everything to an even wilder level. Just imagine, breaking records on tour while dropping fresh music at the same time. Nobody's ready for that kind of storm. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Because trust me, this ride is only getting started.